What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 127. And we start today's episode off with some player training, where as you can see, Ivan Toney is now hit 86 overall as the shock continues his very slow march to 90. And for the first game of three very big ones in today's episode, as we continue our pursuit of the treble, we take on Juventus at the Stadio Olimpico in the second leg of our Coppa Italia semi-final. Inter Milan, last year's beaten finalists, await the winner this tie, where Juve must score 2 goals on the night if they're to progress. It's a big ask against the best defensive side in Italy, but based on our recent shaky form and the new patch making things a lot more difficult as well, it's anyone's guess as to who makes it to the final. Forza Roma! So early free kick one for Roma 7 minutes in, and Getson Fernandez is standing over it, and I must say, I fancy my chances here, I really do. Getson's hit the post once this season from a free kick against Sassuolo. He's only 21 yards from goal. Is he our best free kick taker? Let's see. I think he is. Getson, can you be the chosen one? I believe in you. Top corner. Oh, no. Yes! Oh! It was on target, but Castells makes a brilliant save. Didn't get the angles especially right, but it almost bent into the top corner. Oh my god! How close can we get? I said we would score a free kick goal this season, and we've come so close so many times. Sadly, the weight goes on as Aya has got himself in a bit of a mix-up there. Dybala's plays it back. Rabiot's found a bit of space, and Juventus have found the opening goal. Aya got himself in a real pickle, and Juve have got the early goal. He lost out to Paulo Dybala. Great awareness to find the Frenchman. Rabiot fires it into the bottom corner, and Juventus, who have to score twice tonight in 15 minutes, have already got one. Roma 0, Juventus 1, and the visitors draw first blood. Pogba for Juve into Rafael Leao, who scored those 2 late goals in the first leg, and I talked about it in the first leg. Had we not conceded those, the tie would have been all but over, but instead, now that Juve have got the early goal tonight, I'm feeling quite worried. We need another. We need to get back in front on aggregate. Pellegrini to Brignola. He's got Pinamonti with him. Pinamonti to Brignola. Back to Pinamonti. Oh, off the post. Wonderful little move. Pinamonti found a little bit of space on the weaker left foot, but just couldn't squeeze it in. Still 1-0. What a fast start to the second leg. Pogba down the left-hand side. He's got Mandragora to beat, who's covering for Pellegrini. There's João Cancelo. Tries to beat Moise Kean, who stood him up brilliantly there. And now a chance for a break. Oh, Diaz! Flick it on. Keep your composure. Ugh. Oh, lovely. Oh! Kean! 2 goals in 2 against Juventus for Moise Kean as he puts us back on level terms tonight. We kept the chance alive. Gedson Fernandez, great awareness along with Diaz. 2 quick volleys between the pair of them, and Kean on the half volley managed to squeeze it home. Roma back on level terms and back in front on aggregate. What a tie this has been. We restored a lead. It's 1-1 tonight and 4-3 over 2 legs. Go on, up you get. Yes, big strong header by the big boy. And Brignola controls, but can't find a pass. And oh, no. Bad news there. Aya has gone down. He's getting back to his feet. He's been so amazing for us in his debut year. With Aya out of position as well, someone's got to cover because Oyarzabal's down the left, and he crossed in the middle. And Pogba, what a volley, makes it 2-1. It's Juve who get another. In the free goal thriller, it's 4-4 over 2 legs. Now, they still need to score another due to the away goal ruling, but with Aya down, Juve continued the play. They're well within their rights to do so. Referee didn't stop it, and the visitors take full advantage. Oyarzabal sees Pogba. Rolando doesn't track back. Paul on the first time volley drills it home, and Juventus are back in front. What a thrilling contest this has been. There's still half an hour to play, and Juventus have got the bit between their teeth. Only 5 minutes to go. Aya in a bit of discomfort out there, but he's soldiering on for now. I think it's a shoulder injury he's got, so I think it's probably just going to be a bruised shoulder, so I might just keep him out there, to be honest, as Calabria storms down the right. He's got Pinamonti in the middle. There's more men arriving. Brignola's at the far post. And Juventus will clear. I think there's another goal in this one. Of course, whoever gets it is going to go through. Mandragora. Fernandez. Brignola. Keane. Keane. Yes! Keane's done it again. 3-2 against one of his former clubs, and that goal there surely should send us into the Coppa Italia final. Bloody hell, this patch is so difficult, but I love it. Keane holds off the lit. Wonderful ball roll to split two defenders and squeeze it in at the near post. Surely now, Roma are through. That is going to do it, and Roma have survived. We are in to the Coppa Italia final, and it's going to be a repeat of last year's as we will take on Inter at the Stadio Olimpico as we try and retain our trophy. What a thrilling battle against Juventus over the two legs. 5-4 on aggregate, and Moise Keane against his former side. How fitting it is that he's the hero. We're through to the final as our trophy defence continues. From here on out, every single game is going to feel as difficult as this one. Final score 2-2, and whilst we do draw the game, we make it through on aggregate by 5-4 to set up a repeat of last year's Coppa Italia final, where we thrashed Inter Milan by 4-0 at the Stadio Olimpico on our way to our first trophy in charge of Roma. What a tough game that was there, and thankfully as well after the game, we did see that Emmanuel Ayer's injury is just a 5-day one as he bruised his shoulder in the build-up to Juventus' second goal. I must say I was very concerned when he went down. Obviously, as we know, we sold Ferro, who was 88 rated. We sold Mancini as well. Bastoni's been a bit shaky since coming in, so thank God Ayer is going to be okay. He'll just miss one game and then back to full fitness, hopefully, from next week onwards. But for the second game of today's episode, we will now take on Chievo Verona away from home with just one win all season long. Right now, rock bottom of the Serie A with just 5 points on the board so far. And heading into this game, you know, normally you would think this is a banker, right? Yes, we're away from home, but as I said in the last episode, and I'll say now, you know, this patch is just absolutely unbelievable. EA have really stepped up ultimate difficulty. It is so much harder than in previous patches, and fair play to them because this is a serious challenge. So taking on rock bottom of the table, and we were struggling. Half an hour in, it was all Chievo Verona, and it not been for a couple of fabulous stops here by Donnarumma, we would have been a goal down as the woodwork prevented the host from taking a shock lead against top of the table Roma. So it was still 0-0, but it was all Chievo Verona in the first half an hour. Still deadlocked, but in the 35th minute, we will get ourselves in front, or so we thought. Orsolini's shot was well saved with the goalkeeper. It came straight back to him. He turned in a rebound, but answers on a postcard. Why was this goal disallowed? We were so unlucky here because Tony did not touch the ball, and there was no offensive interference either, but for some reason, Alino stuck his flag up prematurely, I think, and the goal was chalked off for offside. I think that was really unlucky. It wasn't offside in my opinion. Don't know why it was given, but anyway, it was still 0-0. However, 30 seconds to go before the break. Tony says to his mate Ricardo, "I'm sorry I disallowed your goal there unintentionally, but let me make amends." Ricardo rolls him through, Tony smacks it home, and Roma take the lead against the run of play, make it 1-0. And in the second half, I've got to be honest here, I was shaking like crazy at this moment because Chievo Verona were growing in confidence, looking for an equalising goal. We were weathering the storm a little bit with their offensive passing. Thankfully, couldn't find the final ball to get inside, and with 5 minutes to go, we went on the break. Ricardo to Tony. Once again, that combination works again for the second time in the game, and Ivan stirs the pot as he scores goals number 28 and 29 as the top scorer of the division and last year's Golden Boot winner ensures we do get the win by 2-0. But my goodness, was that a tough game. I mean, seriously, and again, I said it earlier, the patch, if you guys haven't played Ultimate Difficulty on the patch yet, it is so goddamn hard. EA have done a great job at increasing the difficulty. It really is so much of a challenge. You know, that is bottom of the table, Chievo Verona, who have conceded 66 goals in the season. Only one win in 26 games prior to that game, and only had 5 points on the board. But honestly, they should have won it. They had the chances, or at least claimed a point instead. We were fortunate to get away with a 2-0 victory. But sadly, some bad news after the victory. Following the game, as you could see, Sandro Tonali has broken his toe. It happened in the early stages of the game. I'm pretty sure I included the highlight there for you. But yeah, Tonali went down. He did manage to soldier on and complete the game, but he's broken his toe like Zaniolo did earlier. And the broken toe has now become the new ACL of this save. If you remember in the first, like, 3 seasons, we had so many bloody ACL injuries, it was ridiculous, but now the broken toe is the new common injury. It's kind of frustrating how there's a lack of variation in terms of injuries in career mode. Obviously, you know, it's just a bit annoying, you know, because you want to see a bit more of a variation, right? But either way, he's broken his toe. He's going to be out for 2 months, Sandro. He's had a great season for us this year. 5 goals, maybe 6 or perhaps 7 assists in the Serie A as well. Ever present as our deep line playmaker in our 4-2-3-1. He's grown a rating to 86 overall as well. He's been really good this season. One of our unsung heroes, if you will. But unfortunately, Tonali is done for. Not the remainder of the season, but most of it. He should come back around the final few games of the season. Hopefully in time for the Coppa Italia final as well. But Tonali goes down to broken toe. We're still missing Zaniolo as well. Is not fully recovered. So, yeah, a little bit of a struggling patch here for Roma. Not just in terms of results and form, but also players getting knocks as well. Still, for our third and final game of today's episode, we will welcome Frank Lampard's Chelsea to Italy as our epic duel with Frank continues here in the Champions League. But heading into the game after our 3-1 victory at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea had to score 3 goals on the night if they were to progress. They did score the first goal through Jonathan David, a very talented young Canadian, making it 1-0, but thankfully it was a game with very few chances, not too much to report, but in the end I didn't mind that too much. It's our first defeat at home this season in all competitions. However, whilst we do lose the battle, we do win the war, make it through to the quarter-final stages, just like last year, knocking out Chelsea in the knockout stages, into the last 8 of the Champions League. Last year, of course, we reached the final 4. This year, we've got to make sure we reach the final, and our march towards the treble does continue. 11 games to go in the Serie A. We're still just 2 points clear of Juventus. It is so tight at the top of the table right now, and 8 points clear of Inter Milan, who we face in Rome in the next episode. We're into the Coppa Italia final to take on Inter Milan at the end of the season, and into the Champions League final 8, where we see the draw for the quarterfinals in the next episode. But that will be today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching if you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and again, don't miss the next episode. We've got the draw for the Champions League quarterfinals and Inter Milan at home in a massive game in the Serie A very soon.